friends, continuing our series, we will now move on to the next topic. In the lecture number 7, we will be learning about if-else statements. The if-else statements are used for conditionaling branching in Java. What I mean by this is they are used to take conditional decisions. The if-else statements allow the program to execute different blocks of code based on a condition. The syntax starts with the if keyword followed by a condition in parentheses. If this condition evaluates to true, the code inside the if block runs. If the condition is false, the code inside the blocks runs if present. You can also use multiple else if blocks to check several conditions in sequence. Conditions must evaluate to a boolean, which means true or false. The curly braces define the block of code for each condition. They are required if more than one statement is present. Finally, I will show you a code and explain how the if-else statements work. So first of all, we import the scanner class. Then we create a class. The class is called number check. Then we write the public static void main function, which is used in all the Java programs. Then we create a scanner class using scanner se equal to new scanner system.in. Then we write the output function system.out.print, enter a name, int number, which means an integer number, equals sc.nextInt, which will take in the input for the next integer that we enter. Finally, the if-else statement begin. That starts with a if, and then we have the condition inside the brackets. Our number is greater than 0, then curly braces, the action will begin. System.out.println, this number is positive. So what this line does is it starts the if-else conditioning. It puts on a condition to be checked. This is a condition where the logic will be checked if the number that we have entered is greater than 0. If the number is greater than 0, it will go on to the conditional looping. Since the condition wants system.out.println command to be executed if the number is greater than 0, the action will be performed. The action says to print a line which says the number is positive. So if you give a number greater than 0 to our function, it will print a line that the number is positive. Else, you move on to a different block. If the if statement or if condition is incorrect, you move to else block. It checks if the number is less than 0. If it's less than 0, it will be moving on to the curly braces, which means inside the block. Once inside, it will check the action that is needed to be performed. The action here is system.out.println, which means the output function, which says the number is negative. So if there is a number which is less than 0, an output will be printed which says the number is negative. Finally, in the else block, if there is a case when the number is not greater than 0, the number is not less than 0, we will be finally coming to the else block, in which there is a function system.out.println and it says the number is 0. which means if we find a number that is not greater than 0 and not smaller than 0, it will print an output which says the number is 0. Once we do that, we will close our scanner class using sc.close. Thank you for watching.